Hip-hop is a battlefield. It always has been. But the battles don't always stay in the music. Sometimes the streets bleed into the rhythm and rhyme. This is the story of two cities, two artists, and a feud that turned deadly. Chicago, a city forged in steel and grit. Savannah, Georgia, steeped in history and shadowed by Spanish moss. From these different worlds, two stars rose. Lil Durk, the voice of Chicago's drill scene, spitting tales of survival and struggle. Quando Rondo, a product of Savannah's streets, known for his melodic flow and introspective lyrics. Their paths, destined to collide, were paved with the bricks of loyalty and loss. This isn't just about music. It's about respect, revenge, and the price of fame in a game where the stakes are life and death. This is Lil Durk versus Quando Rondo. Lil Durk, a child of Chicago's South Side, rose from poverty and hardship. His music, raw and real, resonated with a city haunted by violence and despair. He became a symbol of resilience, his lyrics a reflection of the streets he called home. Quando Rondo, from the streets of Savannah, found his voice in the church choir. He turned to music as an escape, his melodies a blend of pain and hope. His lyrics, often introspective, hinted at a darkness lurking beneath the surface. Their paths, seemingly separate, were destined to intersect through a web of alliances and rivalries. Lil Durk, aligned with Chicago's OTF crew, found a brother in King Von, a rising star with a troubled past. Quando Rondo, connected to NBA YoungBoy, entered a world where loyalty was everything and betrayal could be fatal. The stage was set, the tension building like a drumbeat in the night. A storm was coming, and when it broke, it would leave a trail of blood and tears in its wake. The seeds of discord were sown far before the first punch was thrown. Lil Durk and Quando Rondo, though not direct enemies at first, found themselves caught in a web of alliances and misunderstandings. Social media became the arena where subtle disses and bold declarations were made. The tension was palpable, a ticking time bomb waiting to explode. Many hoped it would remain lyrical, but others feared real-life violence. The stage was set for a showdown, but no one could have predicted the tragic events that would follow. The night of November 6, 2020, was supposed to be another night of celebration and music. But in Atlanta, outside the Monaco Hookah Lounge, it turned into a scene of chaos and tragedy. King Von, accompanied by his entourage, crossed paths with Quando Rondo's crew. What started as a spontaneous confrontation quickly spiraled out of control. Surveillance footage captured the initial moments, a fistfight that escalated into gunfire within seconds. The ensuing chaos left King Von critically wounded. Despite being rushed to the hospital, he succumbed to his injuries. The hip-hop community was left in shock, mourning the loss of a rising star. The incident was a stark reminder of how quickly conflicts could turn deadly. The aftermath was marked by sorrow and anger. Fans gathered to pay their respects at makeshift memorials. For Lil Durk and the OTF family, the loss was personal and profound. King Von was more than just a fellow artist. He was a brother, a friend. The pain of his death would ripple through their music and lives. Quando Rondo found himself thrust into the spotlight in the worst possible way. The Atlanta confrontation painted him as a central figure in the deadly feud. His association with the incident brought scrutiny and threats. The Atlanta night was a turning point. It transformed a simmering rivalry into an all-out war. The tragic death of King Von was a significant blow to the hip-hop community. In the aftermath of King Von's death, the feud between Lil Durk and Quando Rondo intensified. Social media became a battleground, with both camps airing grievances and issuing threats. Lil Durk and his associates were vocal in their grief and anger, while Quando Rondo's camp responded defensively. Rumors of retaliation began to circulate. The stakes were raised with reports of a possible murder-for-hire plot. Both sides now faced emotional, legal, and physical threats. The feud had become a public spectacle with real-life consequences. Months passed after the Atlanta tragedy. A tense calm settled over the feud, broken only by occasional social media jabs and cryptic lyrics. The music world held its breath, bracing for the next shoe to drop. It did, with a deafening thud, in the summer of 2022. News reports flashed across screens, detailing a brazen drive-by shooting in Beverly Hills, California. The target, Quando Rondo. The scene chaotic, left a bullet-riddled SUV at a local gas station. Quando escaped unharmed, but the attack left a trail of blood and fear. His close associate, Lil Pab, wasn't so lucky. He succumbed to the hail of gunfire, his life cut short in a senseless act of violence. The immediate aftermath was a whirlwind of speculation. Was this retaliation for King Von's death? Was Lil Durk involved? The questions hung heavy in the air, unanswered, feeding the growing fear that this feud had no end in sight. Law enforcement launched a full-scale investigation, piecing together the events leading up to the shooting. The hip-hop community, still reeling from the loss of King Von, watched with bated breath. The California shooting was a grim reminder that the consequences of this feud were real, bloody, and far-reaching. The investigation into the California shooting was long and arduous, shrouded in secrecy. Detectives worked tirelessly, following leads, interviewing witnesses, and chasing shadows in a desperate attempt to unravel the truth. Weeks turned into months, and the whispers began. Whispers of a conspiracy, a carefully orchestrated hit, whispers of a mastermind pulling the strings from afar. Law enforcement remained tight-lipped, but rumors swirled through the streets and across social media. Lil Durk's name, always present in any discussion of the feud, took center stage. The whispers grew louder, fueled by cryptic social media posts and fan speculation. Was Lil Durk somehow involved in Lil Pab's death? Then, in a stunning turn of events, the whispers solidified into accusations. In October 2024, 2 years after the California shooting, the news broke. Lil Durk had been arrested, just days after 5 of his associates were arrested for the California incident involving Lil Pab. The charge is serious, damning, and directly related to the death of Lil Pab. Authorities allege that Durk had orchestrated the entire attack, hiring hitmen to take out his rival's associate. The news sent shockwaves through the hip-hop community. Lil Durk, once a symbol of Chicago's resilience, now faced the possibility of life behind bars, his legacy forever tarnished by the specter of violence that had haunted his career. Music amidst the chaos. The same day that Lil Durk's arrest made headlines, a new song dropped, Life Goes On by Quando Rondo. The timing was impeccable, almost eerie, adding another layer of intrigue to an already explosive situation. Was this a coincidence? Or a calculated move, a message sent through the medium that had fueled this feud from the start? Fans and critics alike dissected the lyrics, searching for clues, hidden meanings, any hint of what Quando Rondo was thinking. The song itself was a melancholic blend of bravado and introspection, a testament to survival in the face of adversity. Lines like, "They tried to take me out, but I'm still here breathing" resonated with a chilling intensity, given the events of the day. Life Goes On became an instant talking point, dominating conversations online and offline. Was this song a victory lap, a celebration of Lil Durk's downfall? Or was it something more complex, a reflection of the emotional toll this feud had taken on everyone involved? The answer, like so much else in this story, remained elusive. One thing was certain: the music had taken on a life of its own, a powerful and dangerous echo of the real-life drama unfolding beyond the studio walls. The